Hi everyone, and welcome to another edition of Wellbeing Live, hosted by the Mental Health Center of Denver and presented by Cigna. Wellbeing Live is a series of short virtual talks brought to you by the Mental Health Center of Denver and our experts from across the organization on topics related to well-being to help you improve your well-being and the well-being of people around you. My name is Paul and I work in the development office here at the Mental Health Center of Denver, or I guess not here at the Mental Health Center of Denver, but at the Mental Health Center of Denver. And we are glad to be joined today by the Healthy Living team again, who will be walking us through a really special presentation. Before we get started, I'll just remind everyone that if you have a question during the presentation, please feel free to post it in the Q&A chat, which is located in the upper right-hand corner of your screen. And now with that, I'll invite Zanetta to kick us off.
Hello, everyone. So my name is Zanetta Evans, and I am the program manager over the Healthy Living team. I have my team here today who will be introducing themselves, but really what the Healthy Living team does in the community is we provide preventative-based groups in various locations, such as schools, churches, senior housing developments, things of that nature. So I would like to have my team introduce themselves.
Yeah, I'm sorry. Good morning. My name is Berta Gomez. I'm the project coordinator for a New Day Family Resource Center, and I'm a group facilitator in Spanish.
Hi, good morning. My name is Irene Zamora. I am the resource coordinator for A New Day. I've been with MHC for 3 years.
Hi, my name is Jessica Vogel. I am the health education manager, and I work with both the primary care team on adult and the Healthy Living team as a group facilitator.
Hello, my name is Catherine Frank, and I am also a group facilitator with the Healthy Living team.
Hi there, my name is Mercedes Lang, and I'm actually a group facilitator as well for the Healthy Living team. I'm also a mental health therapist. Thank you.
Hello, my name is Michelle Tijerina, and I am the program coordinator for the Voz y Corazón program and also a group facilitator for the Healthy Living team. And I've been with MHCD for 15 years.
Good morning. My name is Cassandra Garcia. I am a group facilitator with the Healthy Living team, and I've been with MHCD for 10 and a half years. So welcome to this Wellbeing Live. What you're about to see is a video that was recorded for a group that I facilitated with my fellow coworkers of the Healthy Living team. So this gives you an example of kind of the work that we do now that we're doing it mostly in the virtual world. So if you are interested in doing a group virtually, this will probably be a good video to watch and see how it works. So we hope you enjoy it. Thanks. All right, well, welcome everyone to group. Hope you had a pleasant morning. So today we're gonna just have an open group. You are more than welcome to share whatever you feel comfortable with. But we're gonna talk about just how you've been doing these last few months during this pandemic. So kind of to just start us off, this is the question that I have for the group is, what has been your experience so far with the pandemic? And feel free to share the good and the bad. Yes, Michelle.
I think at the beginning, I was really struggling with the isolation of the pandemic and not really understanding how to deal with that really well. And so, but I've kind of gotten into a routine of like texting and sort of reaching out to people that I know and new people that I met through different apps and so forth. So I found ways to connect. And I think that mindfulness has really been a part of it. Like yesterday, I was starting to feel anxious about a project that's coming up, and I was driving, and I just, told myself like, okay, this is a time to be mindful, and I just kind of like focused on the driving and the wind in my hair as I was driving, and like what was all around me, and like feeling all my senses. And so that has been a really big part of it immediately calmed me down. And so those have been the things that have worked for me so far.
Awesome. Thank you for sharing that, Michelle. Yes, Catherine, please share.
So I would have to agree with Michelle. I was having a really hard time with the isolation in the beginning. I am a people person and I enjoy being around people during my workday. But as this it's still going on, I am learning to enjoy my time at home a lot more. Taking a lot more mini breaks and not just sitting at a computer for 8 hours, and trying to mix up my schedule so it's not just the same thing every day, but I get to go and see people on certain days and get to interact, and really keeping my schedule very fluid like that, so it can have its days where I don't see very many people, but then on other days I'm very in the community delivering food boxes and other different aspects. I think it's hard for people in my type of career as we're usually around people all the time.
Great, thank you for that. So we have Jessica or Bertha who'd like to share first.
Go, Jessica.
I think like many, I really struggled in the beginning with just navigating our home environment. I have 2 little ones at home that were no longer in daycare and school. My husband was home, and so it just learning to navigate the chaos in our house, because it was very chaotic. It was very emotional, and managing my schedule with my husband's schedule to foster our kids' schedules and their environment, and it was just extremely chaotic in our house, and through that, what really kind of helped me is expressing the gratitude that my family will never have that time together probably again in our life, and that we were always together, and no matter what was going on, our family was together and we were spending time, and that's what makes us a family. And so the gratitude of the time spent with my family is really kind of what got me through that time. Working from home was a really big challenge because I'm not a technological person. It was extremely stressful trying to just learn how to live in this virtual world. And once I finally kind of got the grasp of it after like 18 weeks, it really kind of became a lot better. My kids were unfortunately were able to go back to daycare. Their daycare opened up, and it's kind of like this weight was lifted, and it allowed me to kind of move into this space of organization. And I'm a planner by nature. I like to plan. I have to have a plan. I'm okay if plans change, but I have to have a plan. And I wasn't able to do any of that in the first couple months. Like my planning skills like completely went out the window because I didn't know how to. No one knew how to plan for something that we don't know about. And so as I got more comfortable with a virtual world and a remote environment and everyone kind of being in our space at all times, I really became more comfortable with it. And I've kind of come to enjoy it too. I feel like I've slowed down in other areas where those areas were created the chaos before, the driving, the rushing around, and I'm not doing any of that now. I'm here. And I think, you know, like Michelle and Catherine have said, like, I have been a little bit more mindful of things, and I think it's just allowed a lot of pacing and slowing down, and again, continuing to express that gratitude.
Thank you, Jessica. Thank you for pointing out, like, I think we get stuck in this pandemic and we're like, oh, this sucks. Like, we get in like that, like, negative headspace so often. But thank you for sharing, like, you know, let's kind of switch our mindsets and kind of think about the good things that have come out of this, like the relationships that you know, with your family have maybe probably gotten stronger because, you know, we were all stuck together for a while. So thank you. And Bertha, please share with us.
Okay. Yeah, the first week was a big challenge for me because, like Jessica said, I'm not a technological person. Plus, computer didn't help me a lot. Never had the voice, or never had the volume in the place that they're supposed to be. And I'm the person to do things all the time, and I feel, now what is the next step? What I'm supposed to do? I'm the person working at the resource center. What will be my job? So at the end of the first week, I feel like, okay, we need to put, you know, clear what is the next step to this situation. And I'm saying Irene and I, but more me, was start thinking how we can help people. What is the next step with others? I'm healthy. My family is healthy. I'm close to my kids. But at the end of the day, I say everybody needs something in their home. So I'm gonna start more thinking, I'm the giver. I'm the person to provide. So because I'm single moms all the time, provide and support their own kids. And I was more thinking how other parents can survive with this situation if they don't have job, they don't have food, they don't have anything. So I'm gonna start thinking how we can do the best way to support families. Was a really interesting that I finally sit down one day and put in paper, okay, what is the plan that I want, how I can support others, you know, offer this information to the supervisor, Rosanera, and say, okay, can we do this? When she said yes, I was so happy. Just 1 week in my house and I was crazy. And after that, the only thing that I'm doing every day is work. Looking for resources in the community, looking for grants. Like everybody say, I feel like blessed that we can continue working in this time that is hard for many people. And we have the opportunity to provide for others. And it's just not me, it's the organization. But I feel like I'm happy. Okay, it's sad in one portion, but I'm happy to see faces and see the people telling, good things for the organization. So that's my experience for all these 2 months, 3 months. So, and I feel that, yeah, we can continue doing this if we put our heart with the job that we are doing.
Thank you, Bertha. Thank you for reminding us of a great skill that we can utilize during this time, is just like writing things down, right? Like developing a plan that kind of keeps us a little bit more focused and organized in this chaotic period of time that we're in, for sure. So thanks for that. So we have like about 3 more minutes. So I just have a last question for this group. Again, you are welcome to share at your comfort, but I'm curious to know, what is something that you've learned about yourself during this pandemic? Bertha, please go for it.
I think one big part is I'm resilient. I'm a resilient person.
Irene, yeah, please share with us.
One thing I learned is that I am very patient and I'm very comfortable at home. I'm definitely a homebody.
I have to agree with you. I was a little nervous about having to work at home so much, and I was like, I'm gonna hate this. I know it. Because I, like Catherine had shared earlier, I like to be around people and be able to do different things, but you know, I've been able to kind of work through it, and I found like there's some really good aspects of working at home. So thanks for sharing that perspective. I think Catherine, you had your hand up?
Yes, I apologize. I'm not sure if it's up or not. I have learned I very much enjoy my animals that work with me.
Absolutely.
I like to turn and be able to love on either my cats or my dog, especially when work gets stressful.
Yeah, I think our pets are also a nice way of taking a break too, right? Like from these screens that we're constantly on, it just gives us a break to, you know, to do some of that, being in the present moment, like just feeling your animal and kind of just being there and taking a break. Michelle.
I think for me, I thought that I was going to be okay at home, and initially I was like, oh my goodness, I actually really need to be around people. And so I found myself becoming more resourceful around that. Even in the midst of a pandemic, I've been able to make new friends and really learn how to reach out to get that interaction that I need. So yeah, I think I've learned about my resourcefulness even in the midst of a pandemic.
That's awesome. I think there's a lot of people out there that are probably also struggling with staying home, and you know they're looking for other ways to kind of make it better for themselves. So that's great. And Jessica, you have your hand up.
Yeah, so as I mentioned before, I'm not a technological person, and I really learned that I really am not a technological person, but I'm also a very adaptable person, and I really learned a new skill. I really feel a lot more confident in reaching out about questions that, you know, may seem very, very simple for someone who is a very technological person. Like I've contacted our IT department so many times, and getting over that hump of this seems like such a stupid question to them, but you know what, I have to know the answer in order to make this work. And I think that was one thing that I really learned, that I really am able to adapt, and once I got the hang of it, I feel that I can actually kind of help others do it too. So I really learned a new skill, I think. So.
Awesome. Thank you, Jessica, for reminding us. Kind of connects with what Michelle is saying, our resources and our supports, whatever that looks like, right? Our supports can also help us to get through these humps, whatever they may be, for sure. Well, thank you so much for opening up and sharing your experiences, you know, good and bad, and being just being here with us. And so take care of yourself, continue to use those skills that you all brought up to take care of yourselves, and we will see you next time.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Awesome. So Cassandra facilitated that group for us, and hopefully you got a great idea of what a group may look like virtually. As the video was playing, there were quite a few questions that were coming in through the chat box. So I will just go ahead and read some of those questions and have some of the facilitators answer those. So the first question, and I think Mercedes, I'll have you answer this question, but it says individual therapy is hard, so I can't imagine a group setting. Can you tell me what are some of the benefits to attend a group like this?
Benefits, I could say that that's the common concern, but one thing, and I think the facilitator has a big part of that, of creating a safe space. And the benefits are is you do not have to be on the spot. You share if you want to. You contribute if you want to. And one thing that I love about it is individuals who normally wouldn't share, all of a sudden they hear someone else talking about an issue and they're like, oh, she gets it. She goes through that too. She understands me. And then they might feel more comfortable sharing as well. So just, it really opens up a lot of commonality, recognizing you're not alone, and offering that support to one another.
Awesome, thank you. So the next question I'll ask, and Michelle, I'll ask you of this question. It says, I know there are so many things that are uncertain during these times. Are all the groups virtual, or are these, let me slow down, I apologize. Or are there some that are in person but smaller? You're muted.
Thank you. At this point, we are primarily doing virtual, but we can still get the benefits of a virtual group. We get to see everybody's face. We get to interact with everybody in very similar ways. We may not have the in-person energy, but that still comes through on a virtual group. And the wonderful thing is we can do it from home. We can do it anywhere. We can do it in our pajamas if we want. And people can still benefit from the group activity itself.
Awesome, thank you for that. It looks like two of the questions are like almost similar. So Cassandra, if you don't mind, the first question is, what is the process of getting into a group if interested? And then, can anyone join a group, or is it selective?
So I'll answer the first one. So the process of getting into a group, I'll just talk specifically about Healthy Living. We do have a Healthy Living email that you can email to inquire about the different groups that we may offer virtually and to the community. So that's one way. The other question around who can join the group, it's all voluntarily up to you. You know, it just depends on what you're interested in, and how, you know, kind of finding out, talking to the group facilitator too will also be helpful, so that they can share with you like who else is attending the group, what are the group topics. And so just like Mercedes says, you know, just to make sure to reach out to the facilitators so that you feel like that's a safe place for you to be able to share, or even just listen. You can even attend a group and not say anything at all and just listen.
Awesome, thank you, Cassandra. So you mentioned about the group topics, and so there is a question that says, how are group topics decided? So Jessica, if you don't mind, could you just describe that process for us a little bit?
Sure. So a lot of the times we are contacted about a certain specific topic. And so then we kind of develop that group around that concern or interest or topic, and kind of build upon that. I know for some of the groups that I do, when I first initially meet with a group, I kind of get an idea of what the group is interested in moving forward. If it's not a specific curriculum that we're following, some groups that we do have a laid out 6-week, 10-week, 14-week group that we follow each session. And so some of the activities that we're doing around the topic, we kind of come up with ourselves. Or again, if we're following a type of curriculum, they're provided for us. But I think getting the general idea of those that are interested in that specific group, what they're wanting to know more about, or areas of interest that we could address in the group.
Awesome, Jessica. Thank you so much for explaining that process. Let me just make sure I didn't miss any questions that may have come in. And it looks like I got them, read them all. So again, I just want to thank you all for joining the Healthy Living team today. Hopefully sharing the process of what a virtual group would look like was enlightening. If you have any questions, I know the information in regards to reaching us, how you would contact us in regards to if you're interested in a group was put in the group chat. So at this time, I will turn it over to Paul to close us out.
Thank you, Zanetta, and thank you to Cassandra and Irene and Michelle and Mercedes and Berta and Jessica and Catherine. I think I got everyone. So thank you to everyone, the Healthy Living team, for sharing with us again today. And thank you all for joining us today for Wellbeing Live. Hope you got something out of this. I know I learned a lot about a group session. So as we said, we'll post some information on our webpage, so be sure to go there, sign up for updates for future events and for a recording of this video. And with that, we'll see you on Wellbeing Live next time.